And the Chiefs respond with the big hits of their own.
Now,
Good Chiefs support at the stadium today.
let's go! News, views, and behind-the-scenes chats from Sandy Park. This is the Exeter Chiefs Podcast with Rhino and Bentos.
So we've done well with the guests over the past couple of weeks. We've had Twixie.
Yeah.
We've had Jack Knoll, superstar. Brought his dinner.
Yeah.
And
Tom Johnson.
And we've had TJ.
Two England superstars and the main man for the strength and conditioning. It's not been bad.
We should get a plug in as well for TJ's testimonial year. We've just had the quiz night, but there's more events happening, isn't there? And you can get
Gatsby
more.
dinner, the Nave dinner at the Cathedral, TJ's testimonial.co.uk. tjtestimonial.co.uk. That's what it is.
Get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. So, 3 pre-season, 3 games.
Yes.
We're looking good.
I think so, yeah. We're looking really good. The fact that there's no one with us today is because they're all eating red meat, sleeping in dark rooms, getting ready for the season kickoff against Wasps. But looking backwards quickly, we've played 3 pre-season games. We always treat pre-season as something to be taken very seriously. It's not a case of let's get boys on and chuck about and see what happens. We're running our systems, we kick points to win, we play to win. We've won all 3 games. We took a bonus point out of them all, 4 tries. And the only real stickler is perhaps there's a couple of injuries been picked up, but that might be a blessing we can discuss later. And also, we only allowed 1 bonus point to our opponent, Ulster. So, in the grand scheme,
And that's not a bad thing, really. Ulster, it's not exactly a small
it's not a
small
bad
name,
thing,
is
but it was 2 tries in the last 10 minutes, which the coaches won't be happy with. 25-9 is you're in control. You're setting a marker down for the European Challenge Cup, European Champions Cup. I'll get there in the end. But
do you think it's because we made a lot of changes though? Because the backs all changed at half time, and then we made 6 changes or so in the game.
They made changes as well. It's about dealing with some of the challenges that come along.
I found that game quite hard because I was doing the announcing, and they all had different numbers on, and no one correlated to the sheet. So
Yeah.
I just gave up for Ulster because I didn't know who they were.
Just Seamus O'Halloran, that'll do.
But the most
Terrible, sorry.
The most intimidating thing really was I felt a bit of a wally, but I approached their bench and said, "Mate, can you just tell me who scored that, please?" And he looked at me as if I was stupid and went, "Oh, that's so and so and so and so." Well, I don't know who he is. So if you just tell me who he is, I'll then say
I thought you
it.
were brilliant. I thought your announcing was ace. And you know what? It's only going to get easier for me because there'll only be 23 on each team.
Yeah, well, yeah, there were quite a few. So pre-season has gone well. What's the goss in the camp? Can you tell us anything?
I think the big thing now is it's the first selection. That all the guys have been there for pre-season. They've all done the work. They've hit the roads. They've done the hard yards. They've lifted the weights.
They're all looking like Adonises.
And well, you keep saying this. You train with them in the gym and you see them, but
I don't train with them.
You train.
I
at
use
the same
gym.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's nothing like seeing them in the changing rooms after to make you feel like you need to go back upstairs and get on the weights again. You're like, I thought I did really well, but I've just seen Tom Johnson.
Yeah, we'll move on now. We'll move on from your hero worship. But the nature of the beast is it's the first selection. The big currency for a rugby player is playing. And come the end of pre-season, that first team sheet goes out for Wasps. We've got 52 full-time players in our squad. Only 23 will be in the squad, probably with 4 travelling reserves. So there's a lot of guys going to miss out on that first game. The key point is keeping the boys outside the 23 as happy as the boys inside the 23.
And how do they do that? How do they coach that? How do they treat
there's
that?
a bit of a press on people listening today. If you see the guys, give them a bit of adulation, pat them on the back, because although there's a lot of guys who are going to start this game now, there'll be some fellas that are going to be massively important for us that won't be playing until October, November. Last year Harry Williams didn't play a game until December, and there he is running out of the Premiership final. And it's very difficult for the guys because they'll live week by week and they'll want to play. But it may well be that someone else is getting the nod at the moment, but form fluctuates up and down, and there are opportunities for guys to play through the LV Cup, or there might be a break in the
Well, that's the good thing this year because that's back.
Yeah, sorry, it's not the LV Cup, it's the Anglo-Welsh Cup, although LV is fantastic.
Well, I know
for
what you
insurance, yes. Well, this is the problem. You refer to it one thing as a brand of beer and one as an insurance company, even though they're not those anymore.
All these cups are confusing, but yeah, there's more opportunity for them.
There's opportunity for the squad. There's a slightly bigger A-League as well, which I think I can't bet against us not winning that.
And that's only a couple of weeks away, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So there is rugby for the guys to play. Most of the guys have had a bit of rugby. Real humility from Tom Johnson, Ben White, Sean Moulton last week, turning out for a very young academy team at Exmouth.
I saw Tom this morning and he said he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it was a good run for the guys. It's just getting pitch minutes into them all. But I'm just, for me, I've been associated with the club for 12 years. I've played against them for another 5 beyond that. I'm looking at it just going, this is the best squad we've ever had. there is a real opportunity to have a very, very special year. And I think that, I've alluded to it very quickly. If you see any of the Chiefs, give them a pat on the back, tell them you're looking forward to it, even if they're not quite in the match day 23, because all of these guys are going to figure in what could be a very, very special season for Exeter.
And we've mentioned in other podcasts, they've really flown into it with the pre-season. And you said the coaches take it very, very seriously. And they want to win.
I've been at clubs where coaches go, we're not going to kick this game, so whatever happens, throw it around. And in other games, don't kick for goal, we'll kick the corner because we'll practice our line out. Chiefs will play to win, and the momentum is built then. And I think this Wasps game is going to be big for us. We'll go in there. It's always a good game with Wasps. They're very similar to us. They throw a gauntlet down and want to play good rugby. And I think that's going to be an exciting one. And you couldn't ask for a better first game to start our season. Saracens at home, 11th of September. If you haven't bought your tickets, buy them.
Strengths and weaknesses then going into Sunday. What do you reckon our main strengths are? Quickly.
I think if you look at the Wasps team, their backline recruitment's been pretty solid. But I think that Haskell's injured, George Smith's gone. Their back row might not be as strong as it was. I also think we can have a real go at them up front. I look, it begins and ends up front. I'm a former second row myself. I think that if we can attack them up front, this potent backline that they've got, which does look ridiculous, might struggle.
We've talked a lot about nutrition over the past couple of weeks. I find it crazy how fit and healthy these guys are, because Haskell's been off his training for 4 weeks or so with his injury, and he's been posting videos on Facebook saying he's feeling fat and unhealthy, and now he's hitting his macros
and he still
really
looks like
hard.
He-Man.
Yeah, and he's saying, "Oh, look, I'm a bit fat," and I'm thinking, that guy ain't fat. You're right. He looks like He-Man. So that's the strengths. What are the weaknesses for us, if you'd want to discuss that or not?
The weaknesses for the Chiefs going into the beginning of this season, it's probably just the strength of the opposition. There is no easy game. It's the Premiership, and there was possibly a lesson learned at Newport this weekend, that Newport are probably tipped to be the, no disrespect intended, the weakest of the Welsh regions. And I think the guys turned up and thought they could the reputation was enough, we were going to win. And it was 10-0 after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think that the biggest weakness for the Chiefs will be themselves. If they don't turn up and play as they can and as they should, and as we expect them to, you're playing at the elite level, teams will knock you over. And the Dragons gave us a bit of a shock. I think that the great thing with the Chiefs is, and was, that they had the resolve to sort of not be dented by the momentum being against them.
Going back 3-4 seasons, we used to struggle 60 minutes plus, didn't we?
Yeah, but it was also one of the things I remember Rob explaining when I was playing was sometimes you've got to ride the momentum. You're at the top level of the game, and quite often a team will have you under the cosh, and you've just got to hang on, and you've just got to get in the way, make your tackles, get up, defend again, and don't try to do anything magnificent. Just keep doing the job, and the time will come where you can land them back. It's almost like a Rocky montage. Rocky says it's how hard you can get hit and keep on going. It's one of the things that the Chiefs have developed, is this durability to ride out momentum shifts when an opponent is on top, not to let it be too damaging. If they score a try or kick a penalty, it doesn't mean I've now got to do something special. I've now got to throw that $1 million offload. One of my big issues when I was playing was I always thought I've got to do something magical now to save the day. In fact, no, you keep doing your job, and over the course of 80 minutes, it'll work out for the best.
They probably just play really hard because they want to win, and they want to have one of Rob's special montages with his music. The
special montages, that's a secret that we've got on the podcast, that when the Chiefs win,
don't know if he knows that we're telling people.
They get a special montage. He shares it at the end of season 2, so I'm pretty sure he's okay for it to be in the radio sphere, as it were to say.
You had was it the season launch dinner at the weekend?
We had the season launch dinner at the weekend, the Exeter Foundation cheque presentation. So the foundation's raised, I think it's over £100,000 again in this last year. That's the Chiefs charity, it's just magnificent to see that there is more to the Chiefs than perhaps meets the eye.
It's a cornerstone of the community.
Yeah, it was also 10 years of Sandy Park, which is bonkers. Because I've vivid memories of the county ground and watching Nat Salmi for Plymouth Albion score a try in slow motion. It was that muddy. It was about 6 inches deep in mud, and he ran down the wing. It took him 20 seconds to get from their 22 to our try line.
Wow!
And he was running flat out. We were all running flat out. It was bonkers. And
Sandy Park, when you walk on it's better than a carpet in your lounge, isn't it? It's beautiful.
I've actually, from the Chiefs corporate Twitter feed, I've just tweeted out a picture of the pitch. It looks like a carpet.
It's just when you walk on it isn't like grass.
Well, the ground staff, AD and Max, have done a sterling job because they had a bit of an infection in the turf 2 or 3 months ago. They've worked really hard to clear that up, and now the pitch looks absolutely magnificent.
See, you get all the inside goss on the podcast. We're talking grass.
Oh, but do you know
all
what?
happening.
But you know what? It's fascinating. It is genuinely fascinating.
You're as geeky about grass as I am about nutrition.
Quite possible. No. Just when you get into it, because the pitch is semi-synthetic, so every third blade of grass is plastic, laid by a company called Desso. If you are a stato, go online, DESSO, Desso, read it up.
That was the question I really wanted to ask Knowlesy that I forgot to ask about him and the Saracens pitch. Because does it hurt his legs?
Yes, the rubber crumb pitches, they return force greater than the normal ground because it's rubber crumb, so it compresses and bounces back at you. So there's a couple of the boys don't like running on it, and we try to protect them. We did use our rubber crumb pitch a bit to begin with, but now we don't. We try and stay on the main pitch. And again, credit to the ground staff for making it so hard wearing.
So we said at the top we'd talk about injuries. Who's carrying a knock at the moment? Who isn't going to feature in the early parts of the season before we wrap up?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think Davy Ewers might be struggling.
Really?
I think Campo might be struggling. But beyond that, I think we're pretty much there or thereabouts.
Can you do your Campo song quickly?
Campo.
I was walking past him the other day, and that was in my head, and I wanted to sing it. One, I've never met him, and two, I think he might think I was crazy.
We need the East Terrace Heads. If you're listening to this, we need a Campo song. This has to happen.
What about Knowlesy? How's he doing?
Knowles, I think he's going to be there or thereabouts. I'll be honest, I'm not that close to physio room to make these calls. I'm just commenting on what I've seen anecdotally, as anybody else in the street may see.
He knows, he just won't tell us. Right, okay, so Wasps season has landed. It's what we've been waiting for. It feels like ages since these boys have been in sort of full season game, and I can't wait to see them this weekend. And of course, we just say good luck to the Chiefs at Wasps this weekend. Come on, boys.
It's not about luck. It's about taking your chances. And I think the Chiefs have got a great chance to start the season very well with some of our biggest rivals that come the end of the year will be in the mix-up. Wasps, then Saracens. And to be honest, Quinn's on 150 years. It's a big season for them as well. Our first three fixtures couldn't be much bigger.
I just wonder, how loud will those drums be at the Rico? We love the drums knock.
Well, it's just ungentlemanly. You don't mind if they're real drums, but if they're amped up a microphone, you're thinking that's not like what we have. Ours is an organic thing. When you got the Oggy Man and the boys banging their drums, that's real and heartfelt. But we shouldn't do too much fighting talk. Let's let the boys do it on Saturday, Sunday afternoon.
Your behind-the-scenes access to Sandy Park with Rhino and Bentos. The Exeter Chiefs Podcast.